Welcome back again today. Solomon Linda would be born in Pomeroy, South Africa in 1909. Linda would belong to the Zulu people and went on to be a lyricist, composer, and choreographer. Linda had always been into music and sung many traditional Zulu songs. He would also be inspired by Orpheus Makedu, which was the director of the Virginian Concert Company and Jubilee Singers. Linda would one day hear a recording of Orpheus, who graduated from the Hampton Institution. In 1898, the Jubilee and Orpheus would perform at the Gordon Memorial School. This school is located in the South African village of Msinga. Linda, in 1920, would create the song Mbuwe, which means the lion or lion in Zulu. He would soon start to earn a living as a migrant worker and performer with a choir. This choir's name was the Evening Birds. Linda would leave Natal for Johannesburg, South Africa in 1930. Here he would perform at local bars and led an a cappella ensemble. He would use a traditional Zulu style of call and response, similar to how African Americans did in the United States. Linda would set his music foundation off of this method. He would soon make this hit song that spread all around the world, which would eventually have a name change. He would introduce his song to a new group called the Evening Birds in 1938. He would teach them the improvised skills of harmony techniques. This new formed group would be discovered by a talent scout, and they would go on to record several songs in Eric Gallo's recording studio. The group would almost not make the recording studio session due to the massive fire in town. Two of the band members were firefighters and had been fighting a 4-story blaze the entire day. They were about to cancel the session, but the fire was put out in time and the group made it to the session. Two of the members inhaled so much smoke that they were unable to sing at their full strength, and the song was actually lowered because they couldn't sing at their full strength, which in return made them feel like the recording was a disappointment. During the second section, the hit song was recorded in 4 takes. Many copies of the song would be sent to England on disc and would spread. Even though the band did not like the quality, the song would become a hit and sold more than 100,000 copies. The song would spread outside of South Africa, and eventually white missionaries, museologists, and tourists would spread the song worldwide. The song would become an international hit, and in 1948, Linda would sell the rights of the song to the South African record label for $25. Now, I don't know this for sure, and I just wanted to say this in the middle of the video. I don't really know the rights of South Africa, especially back in the 1930s and 1940s, but I would assume if the rights for the song were sold, it could only be used within South Africa without royalties. But this is just my take on it. I could be wrong. I would definitely look into it a little bit further and let you guys know. In 1948, the song would reach stateside in a crate. Alan Lomack, a famous folklorist at the time, would pass the crate to Pete Seeger, thinking he would be interested in the music. Pete Seeger would listen to the music and could not understand the words and exactly what they meant. He would then change the name from Mbuwe to Wimbuwe. This song would then be recorded by the Weavers in 1948. The record would go on to be a modest success, selling around 20,000 units. Even though the group made a good amount of money from this song, Linda was only sent a check for $1,000. The song would be redone once more in 1961. George David would rearrange Wimbuwe, adopting a piano, alto, tenor, soprano, and bass. He would introduce an all-English version and called the version The Lion Sleeps Tonight. This version was sung by the Tokens. The song would go on to top the Billboard pop charts in 1961. With film licensing and sales, the song garnered in $15 million in royalties, which led to Robert John to release his own version. In 1972, Robert John's version would climb the chart to number 3 on the Hit 100 billboards. Robert's version sold over 1 million copies. Back in South Africa, Linda would collapse on stage while performing with the Evening Birds in 1959. Linda would have kidney disease, and 3 years later he would die with $25 in his bank account. He would pass away in 1962 in Soweto, South Africa, at the age of 53. Linda would leave behind 4 children and his wife, Regina Linda. The Walt Disney Company would eventually use Linda's original song in the production of The Lion King. In 2004, Linda's descendants would file a lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company for $1.6 million in royalties. Disney would settle with the family in an undisclosed payment of back royalties. This also included in the rights to participate in royalties in the future and globally. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Make sure when you click on the bell notification, you then click the top one. There's 3 bells. Click the top one so you get all my videos. Add me on all social medias, which is African Network. And until next time, peace. One love.